What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning, lovers. How are y'all doing on this wonderful, beautiful Thursday, honey? I know some of y'all got your earbuds in. You at work because you know the CC. We working folk, okay? We law-abiding citizens over in this thing, okay? Hashtag no lawsuit, baby, okay? We not the kind of people who end up in lawsuits and things. So good morning to everyone, honey. Grand Rising. Now, I know for sure I am not going to be able to be here along with you guys because I am literally doing this video from the tattoo shop. Like, I have a tattoo appointment. You guys know I'm getting my neck and ish done, honey. I gotta look crazy, girl. Y'all know, like, I'm into looking crazy as hell, okay? That's my thing, honey. To look eccentric, honey. To just look like a old wild ass bitch. So I'm gonna come to y'all with some commentary, but I think this commentary is right on par. I touched on this particular topic about the dark side of the Me Too movement in my previous commentary regarding the Larry Reid Live lawsuit against Fupa Download More and these so-called accusers, etc. And I girl, you can tell this earlier, girl. I touched on, okay, how dangerous the Me Too movement can be as well. So we want to get a little bit into that. If you're in the building, please give me a nasty thumbs up, okay? Definitely hit that subscribe button. If you want some fuck shit, don't you touch that damn subscribe button, bitch, okay? Because we really ain't that friendly. Like, we really are an antisocial, very introverted ass kingdom, honey. And I honestly really prefer it that way, girl. I have gotten very comfortable with my folk, with my clan, with my tribe, okay? We good over here if you with the foolishness. But if you ain't with the foolishness and you're decent, honey, and you're not being sued, hit that subscribe button, okay? I want to shout out to my PayPalers and my Cash Appers. Let me pull you guys up before we get heavy off into this thing, okay? I saw this post on Hot 97, so shout out to Hot 97. I was on my homepage just now and got whiff of them, honey. And we need to talk about some things, honey. They spilled the T.I. and Tiny drama, honey, okay? And they've been doing a really good job. They're really keeping up with, you know, what's going on with T.I. and Tiny. You guys know that Sabrina Peterson, accused T.I. and Tiny of an incident regarding T.I. We'll get into all that, child. We get into all that. I want to shout out to Elena once again. I want to shout out to Ice. I want to shout out to Leslie. And I want to shout out to Hayes Way. Okay, thank you so much. Also, let me pull up my other one here in my emails, honey. Give some other shout outs. Hey, everybody in the building. Hope you guys are well and lovely and living and enjoying life, child. Let me get these shout outs out of the way. I don't want to miss anybody, honey, because I know you guys work hard for your coin, girl. And y'all just love blessing, okay, your favorite content creator. And so we need to put that respect on your name, honey. Thank you. You guys are amazing. And, you know, the moral support just keeps me going. It keeps me on fire, okay? Blessed and highly favored, baby. You know, while I'm pulling all this up, you know, I'm in one of the best eras of my life right now. Like, my life is absolutely amazing. As you guys can probably tell, y'all probably have said, girl, we ain't never really seen this side of CTV, baby. Just wild, unhinged. My mind, I feel more powerful than ever. You know, I was thinking I had COVID, but I'm really starting to lean toward the fact that I think I was dealing with shamanic sickness because I came out of that shit last month just in a way that was just incredible. Let me pull up my other contributors, honey, over on PayPal. Let's get it here. Yeah, I want to shout out to Miss Marcel and my baby Toots bundles. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so that's all of the Cash Apples and PayPal's out of the way. God bless you for sewing into the ministry, baby. I love you guys so much. Okay, let me also play this old nasty piece of intro. Oh my goodness, hold on. My man is calling me. Hold on. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. What you up to?
I'm on live right now, about to talk shit. What you doing?
I'm so sorry.
Say hey to the.
Check your IG first before I call you.
No, I'm not on IG. I'm on YouTube. Say hey to the people, because you are literally like loud, live, and in color right now. Say hello.
Hey people, I love
y'all. Are you going to be free in like 15 minutes?
Yeah, you can call me conscious.
Okay. Don't be calling me conscious. All right. I'll call you. All right, bye. Girl, that's why these hoes be mad, girl. That's Big Daddy from Vacation Weekend, girl. You know, the one I posted in the community feed, the one from the luxury suite, okay? The one that I was feeding me grapes and stuff and sucking on my toes and stuff, treating me like, oh, nasty piece of king, Anyway, girl, let's get into, honey, this nasty piece of intro, girl, and we're going to get into some things. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, girl. Okay, girl, I'll be having shit queued up. Here we go.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's CONSCIOUZTV.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's CONSCIOUZTV.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey Oz, good morning, honey, to you and the hubby. Hey, Just Be Real. Hey, Holly. Hey, She Diaries. Hey, Your Sweet Place. Shout out to Your Sweet Place for your donation too. Hey, baby. Miss Old School, yes. Jonathan, yes. I can come back, girl, because it's been a long time since I did some of my neck, my wig commentary, okay? So, this Sabrina Peterson and T.I. drama. So just as a small backstory, girl. Y'all know Sabrina Peterson used to be friends of the Tiny and Harris family, honey. And she came out on Instagram when Lisa Lance Bottoms had put T.I. on one of her committees along with Killer Mike, okay? This really triggered up Sabrina Peterson. So she went to IG and she dropped this incident regarding T.I. putting a gun to her head at one of his daughter's birthday parties when Sabrina and a personal assistant of his had got into a physical altercation, okay? Now, allegedly, T.I. had broke the fight up kind of aggressively. He utilized the threat of a gun in order to get Sabrina Peterson off this lady's wig, okay? So Sabrina Peterson went to talk about how he's a woman abuser and a womanizer and what is Lisa Lance Bottoms, talking about. From there, all hell broke loose, okay? Because Sabrina Peterson claimed that 14 women over the span of basically 2.5, 3 weeks pretty much DM'd her anonymously and cited how T.I. had also allegedly womanized and sexually assaulted them. And you guys know the rest of what's playing out. But it all started there on Instagram, okay? Now, T.I. and Tiny have absolutely denied ever taking advantage of anybody. They've stated that anybody who has been in their bedroom has been willing participants, honey. They've never had to drug or force or do anything of that sort with anybody, okay? But as of recent, okay, because this thing been going on for a minute. I even did a Are We Surviving T.I. and Tiny video, and I broke down some of the cultural and social variables around these allegations of what's going on. I'm going to leave the link to that video in case any of you guys are really interested in hearing that commentary, okay? So recently, as of recent, okay, Sabrina Peterson, and I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to read this article together here. Let me see here. Let me share my screen. Recently, honey, it's been months now at this point. You guys know T.I. and Tiny are being investigated. It's a lot going on, girl. So this article comes from Hip Hop DX, okay? Let's scroll here. Let me make sure you guys can see this real quick. Hold on. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this article? It's so delayed over on YouTube. Okay, yeah, you guys can see this article. Okay, let me actually blow this up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it reads, T.I. has plenty to say about Sabrina Peterson's apology demands, but sorry is not one of them. T.I. and Tiny Harris have been under the microscope since January when former family friend Sabrina Peterson accused Tip of once holding a gun to her head. From there, several women began crawling out from every corner of the earth with allegations of drugging and sexual assault, allegations the Harrises have vehemently denied multiple times. On Thursday, May 27th, Peterson posted on Instagram Live video claiming she would drop her defamation lawsuit if T.I. and Tiny would apologize within 7 days. Quote, "Tell the truth about me," she said in the clip. "Tell the truth about what you did to me and apologize. I'm gone. I don't want one dime. I don't want one dime." T.I., who clearly caught wind of Peterson's ultimatum, responded with an Instagram post of his own on Monday, May 31st, that included a photo of himself laughing hysterically in a mustard yellow suit as Dave Chappelle cracks up behind him. He wrote, caption, "An apology, question mark, question mark, laughing emojis, Draco voice, hashtag, what's it come to?" Okay? This is the post here. This is T.I.'s post on Instagram, honey, of his response to Sabrina Peterson's demands for an apology, okay? An apology, bitch, what? Okay? That's T.I.'s energy, okay? Now, T.I. is referring to Soulja Boy's infamous 2019 appearance on The Breakfast Club, in which he repeatedly shrieked, "Drake, Drake," as he took credit for Drake's existence. At the same time, Tip made it obvious he wouldn't be issuing an apology of any kind, despite Sabrina Peterson's detailed requests. Elsewhere in Peterson's Instagram Live video, she outlined the stipulations for the Harris couple. Quote, "Do it within 7 days," she said. "Do this, what I'm saying right now, within 7 days. Within 7 days, tell the truth and apologize, and I'm gone. Sabrina, she done with. I don't want one dime from you or XYZ. But if I gotta keep drawing this shit out and keep stepping away from my motherfucker, baby." Miss Peterson must have been angry as hell, baby. This goddamn sentence is toe the hell up. See, I done told these folk about trying to hold somebody damn accountable, and you ain't got your GED together, you ain't got your goddamn high school diploma together, baby, you ain't got your education together, baby, just all type of run-on sentence. What the hell is motherfucker brand? Did she mean motherfucking? Sabrina, put your damn wig on, girl, first. It be too early, girl, for you to be hot and heavy like this, tearing up these damn sentences. Okay? Quote, "I got to keep stepping away from my weed and my weed bars. 7 days, 7 days, apologize and tell the fucking truth." It's me Peterson's words. Now, T.I. and Tiny were recently cleared in a Las Vegas sexual assault case, okay? Another woman claimed she was drugged and sexually assaulted after meeting Tiny at the airport and being invited to hang out with the couple. Officials said that since the alleged incident went down in 2010 and was only just reported to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police report earlier this month, it falls outside the statute of limitations, okay? Now, the statute of limitations, some of you may be asking, what the hell is that, okay? Well, let's read here, honey. Make sure y'all thumbs up and everything. The statute of limitations is known in civil law systems as a prescriptive period, okay? It is a law passed by a legislative body to set the maximum time after an event within which legal proceedings may be initiated, okay? When the time which is specified in a statute of limitations passes, a claim might no longer be filed, or if it is filed, it may be subject to dismissal if the defense against the claim is raised that the claim is time barred as having been filed after the statutory limitations period, okay? When a statute of limitations expires in a criminal case, the courts no longer have jurisdiction. Most crimes that have statutes of limitations are distinguished from serious crimes because these claims may be brought at any time. Okay. So basically, these women pretty much waited way too late in the game. This probably is why Sabrina Peterson is actually retracting her statement. This is probably why she's spending a lot of goddamn money trying to sue Shekinah Joe. She's spending a lot of goddamn coin, okay, retaining lawyers, etc., just to find out that most of these goddamn claims took place 10, 15, 12, 11 damn years ago, okay? And so while there was a lot of people got their 15 minutes of fame, this is probably where the buck really ends, at least for Sabrina Peterson, and all of the other accusers are probably going to just follow suit. Okay, so this poses a interesting question for people who've actually been sexually assaulted. Okay, on one end, you know, we understand psychologically that most people who are genuine victims of sexual assault, rape, etc., molestation, okay, don't necessarily speak out early on. Okay, sometimes it takes decades for folk to speak out, but as it relates to genuine victims who actually want to penalize, okay, their victimizer, time will not be on your side. You pretty much have a 10-year period to pretty much get to action. In some states, you only have a year or two after the alleged sexual assault, because this is when DNA forensic kits can be used, etc. Once you pretty much, you know, I mean, once all of that shit pretty much, once all that time lapses, okay, it really weakens your case if you're one of those victims who actually wants, okay, some legal repercussions done. Okay. I said she's dumb as fuck telling everyone she got weed in Atlanta. Baby, Sabrina Peterson crazy. Baby, y'all need to watch that Are We Surviving T.I. and Tiny video, girl, because I gave the 411 on Miss Sabrina Peterson, baby. Miss Sabrina Peterson is off the goddamn chain, honey. Y'all need to watch that video. I'm going to post it in my community feed. It's also going to be in the description box, okay? Now, let me go here, because this is very important, okay? I touched on this once again in a video some time ago. Let me pull it up here, okay? And I want to read this because this is very important, okay? Let me see if you guys can see this. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is an article by the Daily Wire, and it states 35 times men were falsely accused of sexual assault. Okay, now this is the dark side of the Me Too movement that we don't talk a lot about, okay? Considering how relevant and how close to home this actually is, okay? This is a reality. This is why I kept mentioning like Sequasia, Quantasia Sharpton, okay, who in 2017 had accused Usher of giving her a STI and his penis leaking green stuff and all of this stuff. Come to find out, she lied. 3 weeks into the investigation, she pretty much said that she was just looking for clout and only did this for attention. We know even in the Bill Cosby case that Janice Dickinson also came out and admitted that she lied and embellished her circumstances around Bill Cosby, etc. It's been a hot mess. This stuff has gone on historically in terms of women and men falsely accusing entertainers of sexual assault, accusing athletes more notably, okay, for false and fake sexual assault, okay? False claims against male bosses, employees. I mean, this stuff has gone on since the test of time, okay? And so in this era of Me Too, one of the things that disturbs me is this mantra to believe all victims. I'm going to correct that. I don't believe in believing all so-called victims, okay? And I don't even believe that victim should even be used, okay? Initially, accuser, okay? All accusers reserve the right to, yes, be heard, but not to necessarily be believed, okay? And when people get accused of very egregious, sick things, okay, you have to realize that there are potentially now two victims in this situation. One person is truly a victim and one person is a perpetrator, and that could be either person in this situation. So it's very foolish, it's very unjust, it's very stupid. We're being mental midgets, okay, by just running with an allegation, okay? For all we know, the person alleging that someone sexually assaulted them could be lying, could be making a false claim. This could be a disgruntled ex. It could be a disgruntled employee. It could be a disgruntled family friend. People lie and say the most ridiculous and craziest of shit about people who they're angry at and have no conscience about it, okay? And so you have to think about the damage that this can potentially do to the person who's being falsely accused. So why the hell would we galvanize as a public around somebody just because they're making a claim, and an unsubstantiated one at that, okay? It's really, 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 really nuts, especially considering that we consider ourselves in America to be a democracy. We consider ourselves to be a pretty intelligent folk, okay? But we act like assholes more than half of the goddamn time. And this is why nothing should play out in the court of public opinion, okay? Now, let's read this article. 35 times, okay, men were falsely accused of sexual assault by Cassie Dillon. In recent weeks, left-wing activists have been pushing a believe all women narrative. This narrative not only ignores due processes, but also reality. Sexual assaults do happen, but so do false accusations. Pointing out false accusations does not take away from supporting sexual assault survivors, because false accusations devalue actual incidents of sexual assaults. Message: all women should be heard, but not all women should be believed. And of course, this woman is talking specifically more so about women, but we can insert men, we can insert, whomever here, okay? Some women are more credible than others, and that is a fact. Below are 35 examples of men who were falsely accused. These are cases where either the accuser was charged with a crime or the facts of the case overwhelmingly point to it being false and the accuser has not been named. This list doesn't even come close to the total number of false accusations that have been made. Of course, it does not, okay? So, let's get into it here, okay? First person on the list, and I don't think I know most of these damn people, is Jackie Coakley. Coakley infamously told Rolling Stone that she had been gang raped by fraternity members of the University of Virginia. In reality, no such gang rape occurred, and Coakley invented a rapist and used a fake text messaging service to convince her friends he existed in order to make one of them jealous. The accusation was a black mark for the magazine and led to 3 settlements with those defamed by Coakley's accusation. I actually saw a documentary about this case. This woman accused a whole fraternity of gang raping her just because she liked one of the guys in the fraternity and he didn't like her the same way back and started dating another woman. So this woman conjured up in her mind a whole relationship to this man where he had cheated on her, broken up with her. They never worked together. She literally told the authorities that this was her fiance, child. I mean, this woman conjured up this whole shit in her damn imagination. Girl, this shit was crazy. She had these boys losing scholarships. You had these boys getting kicked off of their I mean, it was fucking nuts. Only to come to find out that the bitch was crazy. Okay? Hot ass mess. Hot ass mess. Number 2, Legia Filler. Filler told police that her husband, Valdek, sexually assaulted her and their children while the couple was going through a bitter divorce. Valdek spent years in jail until he was exonerated in 2015. He sued the people who handled his case and settled for $375,000. This man spent years in prison over false sexual assault claims by his bitter ass ex-wife, who claimed that this man sexually abused him and their children. And this man was locked up in prison. Not to mention that this man could have been killed in prison. Do you guys know how dangerous prison is? Okay, I held the nigga down who was locked up for 3.5 years in the Kentucky Federal Penitentiary, honey. Everything happens in that motherfucker, from being shanked, raped. I mean, you might not even make it out of prison alive. And so for people to just be out here literally saying this type of shit, okay, and really trying to turn people's lives upside fucking down without no reality behind their claims is insane. Insane. Let's go to case number 3. Now we're not going to read all 32, okay? But we're just going to go through a few. Okay, this one, number 3, is titled The Mean Girls from Seneca High School. KS and CS claimed a male classmate sexually assaulted them and their friends. Megan Viljas, ES, and HR backed up their claims. 3 of the girls admitted they lied, but the boy had to leave school after being bullied as a predator. One of the girls said she accused him simply because she didn't like him. Girl, I'm about to get mad all over again, and I'm supposed to have my energy right for this goddamn tattoo session, girl. Girl. Because you don't like, simply because you don't like somebody, and simply because your friends joining in, you gonna hop on the damn bandwagon and ruin somebody's reputation. Put them in, girl. Folk is fucking crazy. That's why I'm fooled up with them. Crazy. Okay. John Rowe of Alechina College. Okay. John Doe and Jane Joe. These are obviously protective names or whatever. Okay, had previously shared a bed. One night, the two engaged in sexual activity. Jane continued to send John friendly texts about their relationship, but John wasn't interested. After Jane saw him at a party with another woman, Jane accused him of sexual assault, and the college expelled Doe, but later settled. Ciao. Jessica Gallinger. Gallinger met a man on a dating app. After he refused to give her a ride home, she told police he abducted, blindfolded, and raped her. She was charged with filing a false report, okay, which is a crime. You make false accusations against anybody. It don't gotta be just that. You misrepresent court records, slander, all of that shit, okay? These are crimes. Crimes. I think I gotta sneeze. Jane Rowe of the University of Colorado, girl. Jane Rowe accused John Doe, okay, of sexual assault, but admitted to university investigators that she, and I quote, may have stretched the truth because she was pissed off at John, but not wanting to date her after their encounter. She added that she wanted the shit to be scared out of him. The university later settled with John Doe for mishandling the investigation. As you can see, a lot of times the law is really not on the man's side, okay? If the man is deemed the sexual predator. And as this article said, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on with these fucking cases, okay? Real sexual assault happens. Sexual abuse happens. It just don't happen every time a motherfucker claims that this happens, okay? It makes matters even worse and should add more speculation when said accusers want to remain anonymous, just like all the victims, ironically, in Sabrina Peterson's case, have remained anonymous, okay? And they stayed behind so-called the scenes. Now, allegedly, we don't know who these people are, okay? Some of these things could be made up by Sabrina herself. It could be some folk coming forward. T.I. and Tiny are being cleared as the investigations roll through and roll out. And it just makes it even worse when people are hiding away while this witch hunt get had against those who are the public figures. You guys know that Family Hustle was canceled. T.I. them been dropped from movies. It have been all type of egregious shit that done fucking happen to people. And these people haven't even ended up in court yet, okay? In America, it is said that you are actually innocent until proven guilty, but that actually is not true in America. You actually are guilty until proven innocent in America, okay? People already start losing jobs. As you can see here in these articles, people already start getting expelled from high school, getting expelled from colleges. There are already consequences that start rolling out just because of what a bitch said. Just because of what a bitch said. This is deplorable behavior in a given democracy. Totally unjust. And you know, all of us as adults and all of us, you know, as adults, we've been young people. We've also had feuds with other adults. We've been young people and had feuds with kids. All of us in some way have been exposed and subjected to the rumor mill. Okay? All of us. So we know what this feels like. All of us have been lied on at some point or another. You know what it feels like. Okay? And all we have to do when we have people come forward and make claims is understand that it's just a claim. Okay? If a person can back up what they're stating, let them back it up. If they can't, the least you can do is keep the goddamn record straight. This is an accuser with the unsubstantiated claim against said person. Okay? And it doesn't matter how convincing the story is. It doesn't matter whether a person can cry on spot, baby. Because guess what? All these fake ass lying assholes who we just read about put on a whole goddamn show. Okay? Put on a whole show and convince investigators. And convince school authorities. Okay? Somebody convincing you verbally that something happened to them does not become proof just because you're convinced, bitch. And once again, this is why no real case should ever play out in a court of public opinion, because people are stupid. People are emotionally stupid. People get so emotionally charged and invested that they don't even realize, girl, that you ain't even seen no damn proof yet, girl. And you already 100% sold that a bitch is absolutely unequivocally in the goddamn wrong. Just mental goddamn midgets. Damn ridiculous. Let me read these comments. Oz says, let me pull up my comment section here. Oz says, I feel like she thought she was going to be permanent puss, but she found out she was just passing around puss, and that made her mad. I wonder who y'all talking about. Y'all talking about Sabrina Peterson? Nutritionist, my wife said, I think if major jail time and payments become the consequence of filing falsely, it will stop. Yes, yes. If the crime, you are absolutely right, Shells. If the crime for even filing false reports become just as goddamn harsh as the crimes, as the consequences are for those found guilty on said charges are, I bet you a lot of motherfuckers would get in goddamn formation. Absolutely. That needs to be petitioned. So what do y'all think about people going to jail before conviction? Ridiculous. She diaries. Ridiculous. I believe, you know, the idea of the criminal justice system, if executed correctly, should play out accordingly. People should have a fair trial. Evidence should be scrutinized. There should be a thought, because we're talking about people's lives here, and you only have one. And to be sitting behind bars for some bullshit, or to be on death row for some bullshit, or to have your whole life tore out of the frame over some bullshit, you only get one time at this shit. One time at this shit. And so any justice system, even the justice of the court of public opinion, this is why I had to fine-tooth comb through these allegations against Larry. Because this is somebody's real life. This may just be a click interview and entertainment for people because it's playing out on social media, and that somehow to some people takes away from the seriousness of and the reality of these things, but it doesn't. These are real life people. Larry's a real life person. T.I. and Tiny are real life human beings. Their lives are not a click in a view. This is not entertainment. People get hurt on both sides, on either side, in situations like this. People get killed and murdered over shit like this, especially when shit is false. Okay? So I believe in fine-tooth combing through anything. Okay? If you call yourself being an investigator, or you call yourself being a nosy hoe, be a good, thorough nosy hoe. Okay? Stick to the facts as closely as possible. And if there's a lack of them, hey, fall the fuck back. It's simple as that, okay? We had people in Larry's case come up and make accusations who literally stated the same thing that Sabrina stated. They just want a goddamn apology. Well, then why not contact Larry for a fucking apology? Because do you realistically think that you're going to blast him anonymously from an unknown, insignificant platform on top of that by a manic, crazy, deranged motherfucker, okay, who's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and you think going about things that way was a intelligent pathway to getting a apology. Like, let's say you really do want a goddamn apology. You thought like the most intelligent path to that apology was to just put Larry on blast from the platform of somebody who is manic and crazy. Yeah, and you thought you was gonna get an apology in your mind. This is what you alleged, and your objective was not to take him to court, not to press charges, but you wanted an apology. Girl, I don't understand. Like, I don't know where these people come from. I don't be understanding the psychology, girl. I be looking for the logic in the shit. I be looking for the sensibility, girl. I be looking for the purpose and the point, girl. I be looking, damn it. And there not be nothing, okay? Now, PJ said T.I. need to be canceled. Okay? Some people are hiding for the bag. Yes, Lord, rampant. Classy Queen says, I hope my sons are net. Man, that has to be the worst. Like, I remember, like, in the early 90s and 2000s when it was kind of like a trend for, like, girls to accuse a lot of, like, NBA players and athletes and shit of these type of crimes, and I could only imagine. I hope my sons are never falsely accused, and my daughters better not accuse someone falsely. These are conversations that need to be had. You know, we need to be teaching our children and our young people at a young age about how to develop emotional intelligence, because young people grow up to be mental midgets when they haven't developed emotional intelligence. And so when they're dealing with heartbreak or disappointment and they haven't learned to cultivate any emotional awareness about themselves, they haven't been able to cultivate an emotional maturity about themselves. You know, these people who are emotionally immature, this is how they deal with their rage. This is how they deal with betrayal in their life. This, like, Look at Fupa. Simply because we said no, bitch. This bitch done turned into a ho-ho because we said no. This bitch turned into because he wasn't taught emotional intelligence. He talks about being raised in the goddamn church and all this shit, bitch. You wasn't raised with anything that actually could have made a difference in your life, because you turned out a wreck. A wreck. Okay? Because somebody called you insignificant. Because CTV said no, bitch. Now you're mannequin being sued, you're dumb, okay? So these type of things is why we need to teach our young people to develop emotional awareness. This is not the proper way to deal with feelings, okay? Somebody doesn't like you, somebody rejects you, somebody chooses someone over you. You don't go and kill the person. You don't go and slander the person. You don't go and make false allegations about the person. What type of silly ass, goofy ass shit is that? Because you can get killed. Now you sitting there in your anger, and then you fucking up somebody's life or some false shit, and then they come back and rip your goddamn head off. Okay, a lot of this shit has turned out unfortunately in all type of goddamn ways. Okay, so we got to raise these babies at an early age, baby, how to deal with anger properly, how to deal with sadness properly. And what we have is a lot of adults who never got taught that, never got those things instilled in them when they were younger. And now they're growing up and they're in these situations, okay? And they don't know how to emotionally process them. And the only thing they know how to do is to make a bad situation even fucking worse, okay? And things get out of control. We live really in a society where we have a bunch of adult children. That's what most adults are in general in America, adult children. Adult children. Let me scroll up. PJ says, what? It has given a voice to people to speak. Yeah, the Me Too movement, like, there's just two sides of it. Some of the rhetoric is dangerous. Like, believe all women? No. Believe all men? Hell no. No. As the article said, all women should be heard, but not all women should be believed. I'm going to go further. All accusers reserve the right to be heard. That does not come with the default of my belief, okay? Because I don't know shit about what you claiming. Okay, the burden is on you to prove your plight. The burden isn't on me to believe you because you simply made an accusation. Anybody has made an accusation. Okay, we done gave examples and examples in this commentary about folk who just ran off at the fucking mouth for baseless fucking claims. Okay, this sets it up for people who are being accused to not have a fair trial, even in the court of public opinion. Okay, because people are already coming in with the bias and already coming in with the witch hunt. And imagine the guilt when somebody is exonerated. People had to be freed from prison, okay, because they had their cases reopened and they found out there was no fucking evidence, circumstantially or empirical, regarding the goddamn case. Okay, so is that same mob of people who destroyed somebody's life, huh? Are they going to pay up the piper? Are they going to give an apology? Are they going to take care of that person financially for the rest of their life who they helped to demonize? On what a bitch claimed? It's got to be some checks and balances here because the public is out of fucking control. And see, sexual assault is close to all of our hearts because a lot of people have been sexually assaulted or know somebody and love somebody who has been. So this is a tender area. Okay, so most people are having an impulsive and emotional response to these allegations. Okay, and so they're blinded by their own theory. They're blinded, okay, by their own helplessness. And because they themselves were in a helpless situation or someone they love was in this situation, okay, they feel they can have no other proper response but to jump in and be able to be there for somebody, okay, if they're claiming that this is what happened to them. And we have to be emotionally aware to separate the two, okay? The reality of sexual assault is separate from the fact that motherfuckers lie, motherfuckers clout chase, and motherfuckers handle things wrongly. And that's just the reality. That's the other reality. So we can't afford to project, especially when somebody else's reputation is on the line, especially when somebody else's livelihood is on the line. It's not right, and it's not just. And any system that's not just deserves to be destroyed and dismantled, okay? Because we're creating victims in an attempt to save victims by allowing accusations to come to full manifestation and their consequences without accusers being properly vetted or their stories being properly vetted. It's bullshit. Shirley says, this Me Too has made it too easy for false. Yes, that's why I keep bringing up Quantasia Sharpton, Janice Dickinson, a prime fucking example of people who jumped on and took advantage of the Me Too movement, took advantage of people's gullibility and willingness to fucking believe. It's sad. Hey, Miss Old School. PJ said facts and victims don't report because victim blaming and shaking. Oz says most women carry some guilt after being assaulted. That coupled with shame keeps both reports from it happening. Nutritionist says, unfortunately, sexual assault is such a hard case to prove when it isn't reported immediately after. Absolutely. Okay. Classic Queen says all women should be heard, but all shall not believe. Catch that. Catch it, Classic. Let me scroll back down. Vanille says, y'all talking about something here. Classy says, children walking around in adult bodies, the ultimate disguise. Boom. PJ said, we need to teach the kids how to respect each other's space and have the courage to step up. Yes, when they see certain situations. Yes, absolutely. We got a lot of things to teach our babies. To intervene, to put their bodies and their lives on the line when somebody else is being victimized, okay? Instead of going into self-preservation mode. That's going to start with getting back to those old ideas like our grandparents had around it takes a village to raise a child. We're going to have to get back to a place of community because we've replaced community with individuality now. And so everybody has the attitude of it's not my business, therefore people don't get involved anymore, okay? So in order for us to get back there, we're going to have to fall back in love with these ideas around togetherness, that it takes all of us to have a utopia. It requires all of us to have a sound community and a sound justice system, okay? That is everybody's burden to make the world a safe place for all people, for all persons, okay? We are going to have to divorce and put down our privileges and have to really strive for some real equality. But we're going to have to fall back in love with each other more than anything. Human beings and Black people particularly have lost trust in each other. Okay, we've lost a credibility and integrity in each other's eyes. So Black people don't trust Black people anymore. Okay, and we're going to have to deal with the root and the tootie of that, because we're not going to be able to do this alone. No household can do this alone. I'm your extra pair of eyes when you're not home, when your baby is being babysat by his own sister, by his own brother, or by a babysitter. Okay, like, we need people to care, to want to be involved and appreciate that and value that. It's just a lot we got to get back to, y'all. Kinsley, hey Kinsley, mommy said, hell, most adults don't have it. That's what I'm saying, because most adults are children in adult form, don't have emotional maturity and intelligence. So how they gonna teach their children? They can't, and this is why children need to stop having goddamn children. That's another one of the issues. All this teen pregnancy, all these babies raising babies, it's a mess. Says, Conscious TV, right? What the fuck is an apology going to do if Larry is supposed to be touching children or sexually assaulting some of these men who weren't even children? Why wouldn't an apology suffice? So you're just going to leave a supposed child molester out there to teach out, right? It doesn't even make sense. Like, and that's the whole thing, even with Sabrina Peterson. Like, you want an apology, but yet you're running with this narrative that T.I. and Tiny are these big predators preying on the innocent and preying on young women. And instead of following suit with justice, you're going to demand an apology. You know what happened? Not only did the accusers of Larry also say they want an apology, but Fupa himself, remember when this lawsuit first started and Fupa kept trying to do a reverse psychology. Oh Larry, if you don't go through with this lawsuit, then I won't. Like, he was trying to bargain with Larry. What you mean? What you mean? Ain't no bargain. How you gonna tell Larry? How you gonna give him an ultimatum and tell him to put down this lawsuit in exchange for you not showing up with this empty ass thumb drive? Like, y'all said he was a monster. Y'all said all this. What you mean? Now you have an opportunity to put someone away and you want him to put down the lawsuit, which gives you an opportunity, a very small one, okay, to stand before the judge and defend why the hell you allow baseless claims by avatars to speak about somebody with no fucking evidence. Like, this has to be the wake-up call, right? Like, I mean, girl, if that just ain't the big da-da-da-da, I don't know what is. And see, I'm really glad, what's happening to Larry is unfortunate, even though God is showing massive favor to Larry, okay? Ain't no worries over here. It also was very powerful for me to have somebody very close and dear to me go through this and me get to see what this looks like from the inside out. This taught me a lot about the public and how fragile and fickle and bizarre the public is. I mean, you literally have people falling away from Fupa's camp coming over here, and you've also had people fall away from Larry's camp, coming over there for the sake of these allegations. And I'm just like, all these fucking weirdos just belly flopping and flip flopping and backpedaling, and you wouldn't even have to do any of that back and forth. You wouldn't even have to do any of that. Wait a minute, I want to be here. Wait a minute, I want to be there. Wait a minute, CTV tells you. Wait a minute. Yeah, you wouldn't even have to do that if you would just take a objective approach and vet the information. We exposed the so-called police report from the first accuser being fake as hell and fraudulent. Okay, the house didn't even exist on the date that the accuser claimed that the sexual assault took place. Larry didn't even own the fucking property at that time, okay? Like, if you would, before you allow yourself to jump in with a verdict, would just sit back and vet the information, okay? Put it all together. The police report was bogus, and it was made just 2 years ago. These claims go back all the way to 2004. And then you made a police report to do nothing else. No lawyer, no charges filed, no follow-up, no nothing. Okay? And then how in the hell do you find a insignificant YouTuber to tell your story on? Maybe because you knew the insignificant YouTuber would just take any old story, because you don't need proof to be over there on demonic media. All you need is a narrative, okay? That's why I call it demonic media, and I call it a satire platform, a fake news platform. You don't need proof. You don't need evidence. You don't need nothing, girl. You just need a goddamn narrative, okay? You can be anonymous. You don't need receipts. You don't need nothing, okay? Because what that manic bitch want to do is just play off the heartstrings of a viewing audience, okay? Because they don't like Larry, they've been abused themselves, and everybody is looking for their opportunity, okay, to be a savior figure, okay? These people have a messiah complex, okay? And it's made them the devil in this case, more so than the actual savior. It's very weird shit. Very weird. People are weird. Motherfuckers are weirdos. Gene says that ass going to have to use his dad's life insurance policy to pay Larry. Absolutely. Okay? Because if there was a military funeral, there's probably some type of a payout that goes to the children. When my grandfather passed away, he was also a military man. There was a payout, okay? That's probably the coin that's being used, okay, to retain some lawyer who can do nothing but mediate this case on behalf of Fupa, because Fupa is done. He's roasted. He's goddamn toasted, okay? Jonathan says, and this is why Geisha 305 is roasting the fuck out of Sabrina and making her story look like Swish. Period. Shout out to Geisha 305, baby. PJ said, black people, we are more than a color. You're right, Lysandra. Lysandra says, blacks have been against each other for a while, for a long time now. There's a generation gap. We don't went from community to individualism, and it's hurting our community. Somewhere in between individuality and community is really the perfect balance between the two. PJ says, we need to teach the kids how to, okay, I read that already. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, you guys, give the latest update. I'm going to post my link. Watch that. Go to my channel, put in the search engine. Hold on, I'm just going to pull it up here and share the screen so you guys know where to find it at. It was a really good breakdown. It probably even covered points that nobody even thought to cover or thought to pay attention to regarding why the public is so quick, you know, to so quick to believe these allegations, baby. It was really dope. I felt so good about that comment. I think it was so balanced on both sides. Let me see here. T.I. Let me pull it up, you guys. Yep, here it is. I'm gonna even post the link. Let me post the link. Would help the growing and with child couple. Let me post the link. This video is at 18,000 views, honey. Like I said, it is well done. Let me go back real quick. Okay. Let me share my screen so you guys can see. I did post the link also to that video. You guys check this out today. I went real deep, honey. Real deep with it, girl. Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing that. Get her out of here. Share. Oh, can I share it? Can I share this? Okay, yeah. Hold on, let me remove this. Okay, here it is, girl. This is on my platform. Okay, right here. Are we surviving T.I. and Tiny, Candace and Lauren London involvement? Family hustle canceled. 18,000 views 3 months ago. Okay, check this out. Go to my channel. I post a link in the stream. Check that out. I gotta go, you guys. I gotta jump in the shower. I gotta call my nigga back. I gotta do a lot of things, girl. Cause my artist, I'm at his house, and we just gonna go from here to the motherfucking tattoo shop and everything, so I can get this shit over with. I love you guys. I will be back. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll talk real soon. Bye. Okay, hold on. Before I go, Mary, girl, go suck suck a motherfucking pussy, bitch. Like, this is my goddamn platform, hoe. If you don't like it, click your ass the fuck up off here, bitch. Who the fuck do you hoes think that y'all are, coming on to another bitch's domain, telling them and demanding them on how the fuck and what the fuck you want to hear and don't hear, bitch? I don't give a fuck what the hell you want to goddamn hear, hoe. This is my shit, okay? This is my personality, bitch. I built this shit. And guess what? You made a God-given constitutional choice, bitch, to click on to this shit, girl. I don't give a fuck about what you don't like, bitch. I never even seen your ass here, girl. You don't even have no seniority here, bitch. The only motherfuckers who can give a critique or give some fucking insight or give some goddamn feedback are people who regularly support my goddamn platform. And that would not be you, bitch, okay? You have not earned the right, bitch, to have a say-so, girl, about what you do and don't like, girl. So suck my motherfucking pussy on a 150-degree ass day, girl, when it is real fishy and real motherfucking moist, girl. Real sharky outside, bitch. Okay? Find you somebody else to play with, bitch, because I'm not the one. Okay? On that note, God bless you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.